Hi, I'm Lee Iridium. Hope you're doing all right today. It's reaction time. It's a big one. It really is. It's Journey and Let It Rain. I fucking love Journey. I do. I absolutely love them. I mean, it's hard, to hear people talk about Journey now. And, maybe just because of Steve Perry, don't give them the chance they deserve. And they definitely fucking deserve a chance, for sure. There's countless vocalists, and it's the hardest job. You can replace other people. Guitarists might be hard, but when it comes to bass and drums and, keyboards, they're not in the limelight as much as a vocalist is, or a guitarist, but mainly a vocalist. And if there's a classic vocalist that's been with a band for a long time, like Steve Perry was, and he's got such a great voice, it's hard for people to get over that. It really is, and it shouldn't be. Everyone deserves a chance. Arnel is brilliant. He is one brilliant vocalist, and I think he's brought such a lot to this band. His vocal style is changing along the way as well. He's becoming himself a little bit more. Maybe on their first album with Arnel, which was Revelation, I think. Perhaps he was too much Steve Perry sound alike, but over time, he's sort of got his own voice, and I think he's a real important part of this band. He's fantastic. I love Arnel, man. Anyway, this is the third single from the album Freedom, which is coming out on July the 8th on Frontiers. Now, 2 singles have been released so far. The Way We Used to Be, I love that song. And then You Got the Best of Me. Now, You Got the Best of Me took a little bit of stick. I reacted to it. I loved it. One thing I didn't mention, and I sort of got to agree, and I can admit that I'm wrong sometimes. I don't think it. Sometimes the production wasn't the best on that song. For some reason, it sounded different than The Way We Used to Be. So when I listened to it, I suppose I'm a bit, I'm a Journey fan. I love them. I sort of can be a little bit biased, I suppose. And when I listened to that song, I love the song, by the way, but when I went back and listened to the production, I get what people are saying, but you know what, man, I still loved it. I can't help it. I still love both of these songs so far. This one's Let It Rain. I'm so excited for the new album because I think they seem to be harking back to some classic times in their discography, all the way back to the 70s, especially early 80s. And even later on in their career, when they made some great albums that sometimes people maybe didn't give them credit for. Steve Augeri been in the band, absolutely loved his time in the band. I think people have just got to get past the Steve Perry thing. They're a great band. That's all I can say. Anyway, Journey, Let It Rain. I've really been looking forward to this one. Here we go. Without further ado, here we go. give it a quick stop there. Always do halfway through, guys. Man, I love them. I absolutely love them. No matter what they do, is it me being biased? I don't know. You know what? I'm not even a blues fan, but when Journey do it, they just do it brilliantly. I mean, this, I mentioned earlier on that they're harking back. If you were a Journey fan before the early 80s, a lot of their stuff was blues based. You know, a lot of the stuff was great as well. So they can do blues. It's not a new thing. I would say it's a new thing as in they haven't done it for a long time. They're revisiting a lot, it sounds like they are, on this album. You can know what I mean about Arnell's voice though, man. He has totally changed for the better, in my opinion. He has got his own style now. I love that. I love that. No one can say he's trying to emulate Steve Perry at this point. And that's on all three of these singles. Now, let's talk about the production. So, where I agree the production on that last song wasn't great, I can say that the production listening to this song is the same. So, although on this song it suits it more, it's got I think it's got that live feel. You can imagine, it sounds like it's in a stadium or something. But I do agree it's a little bit muffled. The mix is a bit poor. But I think they've done that on purpose to give you that energetic live feel. This actually sounds like you're in a stadium or you're at a festival and you're listening to this band. It sounds like they've gone for that live feel, and maybe where they're trying to capture some of their past, maybe production wise as well, you know, it really does sound like a older sort of production. You know, it's definitely almost Revelation and Eclipse. Them albums are almost like crystal clear, maybe too clear, I don't know. And it's like they're going for something that's a lot more rawer, energetic, and has more of a sort of live feel. Like I said, I think it's something that they're going for. I think people are going to moan about the mix on this again. I think they will. But what do you want? Do you want a band that sounds like they're banging out live in the studio to me? That's what it sounds like. It sounds like they're just going in and just one taking it in the studio. That's how it sounds to me, like a proper band. All right, the mix ain't fantastic. It's not as clear as a bell, but is it what they're going for? Is this what the band wanted to sound like on this album? They can pour loads of money into it to sound exactly like Revelation and Eclipse, I think. But they've done this on purpose. Unless you're going to get all of a sudden the album come out in July and it's going to sound completely different. I can't hear that. I can't imagine that. I think this is what you're going to get. So to all those people that are disappointed in the sound and mix, I think this is going to be it. But I'm sort of proud of them for doing something they want to do. The trouble is they did that with Eclipse. They did something they wanted to do. They made a different album and the fans reacted badly to it. It sold fuck all compared to their classic early 80s sound that they captured on Revelation. It's like people almost want the past back so much that they won't give Journey a chance when they try to do something a little bit different. I say different, they're trying to capture older styles, but it's still different because it's something they haven't done for such a long time. I love it. I love this song, but I am biased. I love everything the Journey do, near enough. So let's go for the rest of this. I can't wait to hear. I mean, there's been some great work by Neil Schon, by the way, on this. So we're yet to hear a guitar solo. So I'm sure he's going to bash out a real cool bluesy guitar solo. Here we go. Very cool song indeed, man. I mean, what they've done, and I was wondering what they were going to do with this third album with Arnel, because I absolutely love both of the albums they've done with Arnel so far. Revelation was great, but it is almost, like I said before, a homage to their early 80s journey. Without a doubt, that hit sounding machine that they were in the 80s, early 80s, mid 80s. And then Eclipse came out and it was like, we want to do something different. A guitar-based album. Neil Schon was all over that fucking album. Journey fans didn't like it. Just didn't fucking like it. I loved it. And then I thought, what are they going to do? I thought they would go back to the Revelation sound and do a Journey album that pleased the Journey fans from the early 80s. That's what I was thinking. But they've done something completely different. They've gone even further back and they've said, we're going to give you something a bit rawer, a bit more 70s sounding, I would say. And they've fucking done it. And I mean, it sounds great. Maybe production wise, it doesn't sound great, but that's on purpose, if that makes any sense. It's the way that I think it's what they were after. I've already spoke about the production, but song wise, I fucking love it. I notice there's a lot of people bashing the band in the comments. It's about half and half. No, in fact, I'd say 2/3 are on the comments below this YouTube video, very complimentary towards the song and Journey in general. The other third are bashing because Steve Perry ain't in the band. Oh. Fucking get over it. Honestly, get over it. Arnel is fucking great. He sounds brilliant. Put Steve Perry, get him now in this band. Do you know what he would sound like now? Although, you know, I'm not having a go at Steve Perry, but he ain't the singer that he was in 1983. He's just not. You know, I mean, if you really want Steve Perry, go and listen to his Christmas fucking Carol album. Just go and listen to that. You know, leave us Journey fans alone, because if you haven't got anything good to say, you shouldn't fucking comment at all. Just all these people that are living in the past just need to fucking get over it, honestly. I know it's an opinion, but sometimes your opinion ain't valid. It really ain't. And on this occasion, it's fucking not. I'm sorry and all that, but I love Steve Perry as much as the next person. I really fucking do. And my mate Darren from Sleeve Saturday, we're definitely on the same wavelength here. We love Steve Perry. I would put him, you know, if I had to think about my favourite vocalists of all time in his prime, oh my God, Steve fucking Perry. I mean, unbelievable. But now, give me fucking Arnel. Just give me Arnel any fucking day of the week. In fact, give me fucking Jeff Scott Soto instead of Steve Perry. Honestly, I'm sorry and all that, but I don't know about Steve Walgeri. I haven't heard him sing for a while, but I'm sure he'll do a fucking good job as well. But you've got to remember, Steve Perry, you have him back now, he's not the fucking same. You've got to deal with it, guys. He really ain't. But back to this Journey song. I fucking love it. Production might be a bit muddy. I think that's on purpose. That sort of makes me like it in a way, because I know it. I think it's what the band were going for. Journey, Let It Rain. The album's coming out on July the 8th. It's called Freedom. I can't fucking wait. Journey of the bollocks, no matter what they do. Let me know what you think of the song in the comments below, guys. Be nice, and I'll see you next time.